So as of the making of this video, the EPC, or the Experimental Plasma Charger, is the only other secondary option that's available to the gunner. However, there will be, season 2 comes out, we'll get a third set of secondaries for the driller and all the other classes. The EPC is a battery-style weapon. The weapon assignment for this is unlocked when you get the driller to level 15. This is a battery-style weapon, which means it does not reload. It does use an overheat mechanic, and it has two primary fires, a charge shot and a base shot. This weapon, in my opinion, has the highest skill requirement in the game to play, and is primarily what you're going to run if you want to have a heat option alongside, if you don't want to run the flamethrower, or you're going to use this as a mining tool. I really don't like this gun, and it's kind of hard to explain why. Anyways, it has a battery capacity of 120. When the battery runs out, you're out of ammo. It has a charge shot with a radius of 2 meters. That charge shot deals 60 damage on a direct hit and 60 damage in an area. It uses 8 ammo on a charge shot. Your direct damage is 20 damage. This is if you don't charge it, if you just spam fire it, and it consumes 1 damage. Explaining the gun little by little is probably the best step. At tier 1, you have your choice between damage or ammo. You have 2 ammo choices, which are both the same, a bonus capacity of 24. Doesn't matter which one you pick. You also have the bonus to your charge shot projectile. This adds 15 damage to the charge shot and 15 damage to the area, giving you a bonus of 150 to your overall damage. Or the bonus 5 on direct. I personally take the larger battery. Next up, we have the heat shield, or the accelerated overcharge plasma accelerator. This makes it so that the normal shots that you spam fire, are going to hit their target faster. This is what I run because I am a spam firer. I don't use the charge shot. I know I'm a filthy casual, shut up. The heat shield makes it so that you don't build heat as fast when you are holding the charged shot once you have it formed. Normally the gun overheats really quickly. This modifier is what you're going to run if you do the charged shot build. For your third tier, this is primarily going to be for charge shots. You have the improved charge efficiency. This makes it so that you use 2 less battery capacity each time you fire off a charge shot. You have the crystal capacitors, which dramatically increases how fast a charge shot is prepared. Or you have the tweaked radiator, which, when the weapon overheats, this lets you recover from the overheat faster. It also lets you fire the gun slightly faster because you can fire more rounds before it overheats. Now, as a hipfire user, this is what I'm going to run. At tier 4, we have a few options. You have the expanded plasma splash. This gives a slightly larger radius to your charge shot explosion. You also have the reactive shockwave, which is another plus 15 damage to your charge shot. Again, these are charge shot. I don't run them. I run the high density battery. This is a bonus 24 to your battery capacity. Now, this is the hip fire build. You notice we're ignoring tier 5 for a minute. Just ignore tier 5 for a minute. We'll get to that. If you want to run a charge shot build, you're going to want to run the charge shot faster. And you're going to want this. That way there you could hold it for a lot longer. You are going to want this. And then you can either choose between the bonus damage, which makes your charge shot an offensive juggernaut, or you're going to want the bigger projectile radius. I personally want the juggernaut build. Now, why did I show you all of that? Because there are 3 separate builds that you're going to run. You're going to run a spam fire build, you're going to run a mining build, or you're going to run a big boom build. Alright? So, your mining build is within containment field. This also slightly reduces the normal and the charge shot heat generation, which is nice. The way this works is that a charged shot will fly out. If you shoot the charge shot, it will cause a large explosion that mines for you. This is called EPC mining. I hate it. If you want the flying nightmare, this will entirely remove the explosion. However, it will now deal a sphere that damages all enemies as it passes through them. This is if you want to use your charge shot as kind of a crowd clearing option. I don't like any of those available options. I prefer my plasma burn. This causes regular shots to heat up the target equal to the damage dealt, which in this case is 20. It'd be 25 if you ran the increased particle density. This is primarily what I run. The reason why is this gives you the ability to set something on fire without having to run the flamethrower. This makes this the best build that you can run to pair alongside either the cryo cannon or the corrosive sludge pump. If you're running it with the flamethrower, I really wouldn't recommend that. I don't like the EPC because of the charge shot mechanic is kind of hard to get the controls of. You're primarily going to run this as an EPC mining tool for mining things that are much farther away than you as a driller want to go get. You know, you can mine stuff farther away than throwing a satchel charge, and you don't have to waste your drill fuel in order to go over there and drill it yourself. So the EPC is a good tool for mining. As an actual, like, projectile, it's not particularly great of a weapon. I personally prefer this heat build so I can just spam fire and just have a quick rate of fire option to go to. You can actually spam fire ammo out of this gun really quick with this build, so it does make it as a nice switch to weapon if you just need to spam something out, particularly if you're running the corrosive sludge pump. I am looking forward to the third weapon that the driller is going to be getting, just so that they do have something different than puny pistol that go pew or puny laser pistol that go pew. But unfortunately, I'm not an EPC user, which is why I'm not really talking about